So we've been talking about how you can get the affluent buyer to trust you. And if you didn't see my last post, it's a static post. You do want to check it out because I've listed 20 subject lines and have given you a preview of the type of copy that you need to be creating if you want to get more clients in your finance and business advisory firm. Because the truth of the matter is that people don't want you to tell these stories that aren't relatable to their specific problem. Yes, we love storytelling. Yes, we love creativity. Yes, it's great to see all of those wonderful things, but it's only relevant to the point that it draws back to a specific offer that you are selling to your audience. And so that is why I'm always talking about, hey, make sure you have a strategy. Make sure you're not just writing stuff randomly sending stuff out without sitting down to strategize. I know with my clients, we will sit down twice a month on strategy sessions to sit and say, hey, what's been going on with the firm? Hey, what are clients saying? What's some feedback you got? What's the team saying? Then I can create story content out of that because it's relevant to the audience that my client has. But if we're just creating like random stories about parenthood, and those things get engagement. Those things are great for influencers, but you're not an influencer. You're the owner of a firm. You're the owner of an advisory. And so I want your stories to be more so based on what's going on inside of your office, what's going on inside of your clients' lives. How are you making their lives different? What is the context of their testimonial and their transformation? That's what I do inside of the case studies that we create as well. A case study isn't just about, hey, here's a testimonial, here's XYZ. We need to hear the backstory. We need to know what was happening beforehand for that client. We need to also know, okay, what's going on in their life right now, a few minutes, a few days before they started working with you. Now that they're working with you, after that, what are they accomplishing? What does it feel like when they're working with you? When they're on the phone with you, when they're speaking to your sales team, do they receive some type of welcome kit for you? What does that experience look like? And in corporate marketing, we call this product marketing. I have been on multi-million, actually working with companies that are worth $853 million, both e-commerce and education technology and finance brands. And all of these successful companies will position themselves in different ways. They will tell a variety of different stories and they will never run out of content. That's why they enter their boardroom marketing meeting and they have a contractor and a consultant like me come in to greatly develop their story even further. Most of the time, when you as a CEO think there's not any more information you can extract from a testimonial, there's not any more information you can extract from a topic, you're like, man, I don't know, I feel like I'm just repeating myself. Number one, understand people learn through repetition, okay? Sociology and psychology both teach that. People learn through repetition. This builds frequency, consistency, and confidence. Number two, although you're saying the same topic, you're not necessarily telling the same story over and over because there's a variety of ways you can say the same thing. That's why we have metaphors. That's why we have analogies. That's why we have positioning, where we can come at it from one point. For example, let's say you own a tax firm that focuses on estate planning, or a law firm that focuses on estate planning, and you have both CPAs and lawyers on the team that are working with you. When you're speaking to your audience, you can tell them about the case studies, and you can also tell them, hey, we had a client come into the firm. I was drinking some hot chocolate because it is cold as heck outside. And you know what? This was my thoughts as we were going through the process to work with said client. Here's how you can work with us. You see how those are two separate things, but talking about the same topic? This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about creative storytelling, being ingenuitive with your writing, being innovative, and having copy that everybody can tell is not written by AI, because it's your specific perspective. And the thing is, you can't go in Notion AI, you can't go in Chat GPT and ask it, hey, what happened in my firm today? Only your brain knows that. So I want you to extract the stories that are in your own brain, in your own experience. And if you're a CEO right now, you're like, I don't have time for that. This is the most important thing that you have time for. Honestly, not a whole lot else matters other than operations. But from a marketing standpoint, if you're not seeing the experience that you're providing for clients, writing it down, and then having a expert copywriter, an expert messaging consultant on your team to draft those stories and to repurpose them and to create different brand guidelines and brand stories from one topic, then it's like, what are you doing? Because that copy is really currency for your brand. whether you believe it or not. Copy is currency because those stories can convert into clients if you're telling them frequently and consistently enough, and if you're creative enough to help somebody learn in different ways. Another thing that this is similar to is with children. Like children, for any teachers out there, any parents, if you tutor your children, if you homeschool, or if you've even worked in education, technology, anything like that, you know that a school or a curriculum business will go at one topic in different ways because there's like 5 different ways that people learn. People learn through auditory, visual, kinesthetics. People learn, there's like 2 other ones, but there's all these different ways that people can learn, and you need to use that same process and apply it to your business, because marketing is education, especially when you have a complex finance offer, right? Like, you need to tell the same story in different ways, help them learn it in different ways, appeal to the auditory person, appeal to the visual person, appeal to the person that's taking a more logical approach, appeal to these people in a variety of different avenues, and you are going to book more clients from just a math basic statistical standpoint of, hey, if I increase my reps, if I get more numbers in, obviously I'm going to have more clients. Think of your marketing that way. Think of your education when you're educating your audience that way. That means distributing that content to blogs, distributing it to your website, cross-referencing your website to your email list, your website to your social media profiles. This is what high-level advanced marketing is all about, and I implore you to take action and do it like yesterday, because you are going to come across your biggest increase in business if you use this method today. Talk soon.